Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my garage. I'm here with my XR650R. It's a 2001 model. And they made them from 2000 to 2007. So mine's 15 years old. I have 100,000 plus miles on it. And it's time to kind of refresh that. Now I was debating whether just to go buy a new bike, and I honestly was looking at a lot of different bikes. I was looking at a KTM 500 EXC. I figured if I needed a bike, that's probably what I would do. But I kind of had this idea, like, could we get this bike to last 20 years or close to it as we can? You know, for me to dump a ton of money into this bike, you know, anyone to do that would just be crazy. So I reached out to a lot of different companies, and they were generous enough to hook me up with various products. And you know, sometimes the hookups are really good and sometimes they're good, and I'll just leave it at that. You know, I'm not going to get into the specific details of what each company did, but they were very generous. I'll just say that. And I'm just going to do an overview of what I got in so far. There's actually more stuff coming, so I'll probably have to do another video. But I kind of want to get started on the bike. I have basically 2 weeks before the Rocky Mountain Adventure Riders Moab event, and I would really like to take this bike along with my 2012 Gas EC300. And I got that one. I got the forks all squared away yesterday, so this one is what I'm looking at, and just need to, you know, refresh it. I got a leaking fork, so first thing you do is you buy some fork oil. So I read online, people say the 2.5 weight fork oil. Bel-Ray seems to make that weight, so that's what I'm getting. We'll see. I don't even know what the internals look like in that. They could be completely gone. I have never opened the forks on this bike. I know, shame on me. But if another company steps up, there might be a suspension solution. But you know, I can't rely on that necessarily. So, or I shouldn't rely on that at all, which I'm not. So I bought some Tusk. Don't know if these ones are Tusk, but I got the dust seals and I got the Tusk fork seals. This one, oh, the dust seals are Pro X, and the Tusk fork seals. I got good reviews on the fork seals, so went ahead and went with Tusk. You know, it's an older bike. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to spend too much money on this bike. Just to add to my order, but I thought it was kind of cool because I could carry it in my flight vest as the Tusk Sparkplug holder, so you can put a spark plug in it, and the spark plug actually is for the gas, but I can put a spark plug in that and just have a spark plug with me, which I'll probably carry for the gas, because 2 strokes you can follow the spark plug a lot easier than a 4-stroke, and the 4-stroke one, the Honda, I change out every year to 2 years, just whether it needs it or not. You know, spark plugs are cheap. I also got some aluminized heat barrier with a adhesive backing. That's to solve that problem, which I probably have to play with the jetting some, but I have a solution for that. It should be coming, and you'll like it when it gets here. It's going to be awesome. So that should kind of fix the getting too hot, but my luggage actually did this from the Rim Rocker trail ride. Pushed down, I had missed that seat bolt, it pushed it down, it's laying on here. Also, on the stock exhaust for the XR650R, you're supposed to have a rubber grommet in this tab, and there's another one back there. I'll probably just put a big dab of high temp silicone caulk on there, and then that will keep any future plastic off. Plus, I will line the back of the panel with the heat reflecting material. This was on Amazon, I want to say like $20, and it's a pretty good size sheet. It withstands up to 2,000 which is perfect for there because that's not going to get that hot. I want to say it was like 12 by 24 if I recall the, yeah, 12 by 24. So I'll put the stuff in the description with links to Amazon so you can check it out and maybe purchase it. I also got some titanium exhaust wrap. Oh, I forget what the price was on this, but I figured I'd go ahead and wrap the pipe. The best I can, we'll see. We'll see how much I do. I really want to get up in there and take it off, but I'll have to take it off anyway, so I might go ahead and just wrap it as far as it goes. This is 50 feet, so I don't know how far that will give me. If it lets me get up in here too, that would be pretty cool. Just more to wrap to save plastic. I know, it's like Christmas, you know. And then seal savers. I just put some on short ones. I think they're $19.95 on my Gas EC300 the other day. These are the long ones. These are a little bit more, I want to say like $22 or so. I forget now. But I've had them in the past, and they're just wore out. You get holes in them eventually, and what I do is I take black RTV silicone caulk and just dab the material, and that fixes the hole. Those are on their last legs, no pun intended, but yeah, definitely needed new seal savers to help make the fork seals in dust seals last as long as possible. And then make sure that don't roll off there. IMS really stepped up. Got some, these are the Core Enduro. These are the standard tooth. They also come in a sharp tooth pattern, which, man, these seem pretty sharp to me, but I don't know, maybe I'll have to compare them sometime to the sharp tooth. This is what they are. Big, they're wide foot pegs. They're wider than, I believe these are the IMS Pro series. I mean, these, that will stick out more, and it is slightly wider, but it is longer that way. So they should be more comfortable. This is their new Core series. Check them out. I gotta say, if these stand up to like those ones have, being dropped on rocks and never mushrooming in, these are like bulletproof. They're pretty loosey-goosey at this point. I don't know if these would be tight or not. Find out when I go to put them on. And then, the cool thing is the IMS 4.6 gallon tank. It will still use the factory Honda shroud. And yeah, I mean, look at that. 4.6. Okay, you're going to say, but Mark, you're coming from a 6.3 gallon Acrebi tank. I mean, a Cherby? Yeah, I think it's something like that. Tank. And I can say IMS a lot better too. But you know what? I honestly don't typically run out of fuel in that or cut it close. So honestly, I think this will do just fine, especially with that carb solution that I have coming. If you've seen my other videos, you know probably hinting at what product I'm talking about, but until I have it here, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm told it's coming, so yeah. So this tank is going to be awesome. It's also going to make the bike feel more narrow too, without having the big gas shrouds on there. So it's going to feel like a new bike just by having a different tank. And then we also have Warp 9. You guys probably saw my other video. Oh man, these are beautiful. Complete rim packages. I can't say enough. I mean, it's like, what do you know, the cost on their website's $9.29 for front and rear, and that comes with the hub, spokes, nipples, the rotor, you know, it has the seals, it has the bearings, and for the rear, let's scoot back here, and for the rear you gotta choose a sprocket, same thing, you get the rotor, you're getting spacers. My other video I said the front didn't have spacers, but it does, it has spacers right here. I mean, you can't go wrong. And I do see on Amazon, you can get it from Warp 9, their packages are cheaper. And at the price of Amazon, you start adding these up, like if I want to go buy a rim, there's $100 easy. I want to go buy, you know, a hub, there's $100, $140 easy. Rotors can be 80 to $120 for a rotor. And then spacers, I mean, simple thing like spacers, what's that, 20, $30? You know, and spoke package, you can get spokes, and they're around the same, like $100, you know, $80, $100 for spokes, maybe even more I've seen for some of the other brands. And so it's amazing, like, I just look at this and everything here would easily cost, you know, $400 or so, and you still gotta lace it up. So I can't really complain with their packages. That is the way I go. The reason why I got the new rear one is that's the OEM. People have cracked those before. I'm amazed I've never cracked it. But I figured, you know what, if you gotta change the front, and I have to change the front, that's an XL on the front, but it's no obvious. I'll keep them as backup. In time, I'll probably, if I have this bike like I plan to do for 5 more years, I'll probably go ahead at some point and just have somebody at least true those up to best as their ability, and just have an extra set of rims, you know, just in case I do damage one, I can toss one out. So I'll just have it. And then we have good people at TUBLiss. They hooked me up with a new TUBLiss system. I've seen they changed it since I was more of an early adapter. The rim lock used to be more beefy, but you know what? If it works, it works. I've always had success with their TUBLiss system, a front, a rear. So this is 18, that's 20. I've never had a personal problem with it. Actually, in fact, I have it in my gas right now that I paid full cost for that, and I like it. And I used to have it fully on the XR. I just wore it out in all those miles. I guess I probably had it in there for 40 to 50,000 miles. And what happened to me was the front one wore first. I'm thinking the front tire gets more, you know, it takes more pounding and stuff than the rear. The rear, usually the carcass is so thick of tires that the liner, and I wish I would have kept it and did a video, but it was one of those things where I had it on the shelf for a long time and I finally got rid of it. I was like, you know, I sure did a video of that. But the red liner is what wore out. The cord started showing through. So I was like, okay, I'll just get rid of it. So I got rid of the front one. And then this year, the rear one finally went. And it wasn't an original inner high pressure tube. I had changed that out halfway through its life probably just to do it. But it had deteriorated around the fill. And yeah, luckily it was in the garage, so it wasn't too big of a deal. I just had to change it really quick early in the morning, right before a ride. Which, at least it was in the garage, you know. But those things can happen with any tubes. I neglected. You probably should change those out, you know, depending on your miles. Hey guys, I had to step back in and get something I forgot. I had Unibiker. And yes, I should really pimp them. They hooked me up a while ago. And I did a video on the Gas EC300, but I have never put these on the XR because I have the aftermarket Flowdyne radiators, well, Chinese knockoff ones from Amazon for $80 for the set, but they're knockoffs, and they work just fine. And but Unibiker hooked me up with these. I'm going to see, and I think they will fit with the 4.6 gallon IMS tank. They don't fit with the IMS 7 gallon tank, but that's okay. Probably right in, you know, on there, because it's shrouded too, you know, like this. So yeah, so we'll see what happens here with this build and see if we can hit the 20-year mark on this bike. So that's 5 more years of this bike. And without the help of the companies, and I thought this would be an interesting thing for the viewers, can we get this bike to last from 15 years to 20 years? Yeah, 5 more years. And all I've done to it is the piston, timing chain, and the valves. The valves are all Keeble white, you know. That was all done by a fabricator. I know I had him. He cut in the valve seats or whatever you have to do. See, I don't even know what you need to do, but and put in a new piston in the timing chain. So all that's good to go. Now I don't know anything on the low end. Will this bike last 1 more year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years? Will I make that 5-year mark? Will it keep going? I honestly don't know, but it is a well-built bike. Got to give that to Honda. They made a really robust bike. So, you know, let's see if we can get it there. And thanks to the help of IMS, Warp 9, everyone, you know, TUBLiss, thank you guys. And I have more parts coming in, so I'll probably have to do part 2 of this video. But, you know, thanks. And thank you guys for watching, following along. Well, 5 years is going to be a long time, but thanks. You guys have a good one. Please like, subscribe. Check out my Facebook page, Meeker Extreme. That has a lot of followers now. I think I'm over 1,100. So pretty good considering you see my YouTube channel is at like 807 right now. But I have a lot more on my Facebook page. Isn't that amazing how that works? And it continues to grow every day though. So again, thank you guys. You guys have a good one. Take care.